Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode from the Rocketcraft server with me, DJ Haribo. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm having a great day. As you can see, we've got some rather odd things around me here. Um, these are what is known as indestructible ender crystals. As you can see, they've got this special beam that comes out of them that points to a specific point in your world. It's 00. In fact, and this is where 00 is in our world. On Bedrock, they do render a little bit funny, but for the most part, yeah, you can see the beams as long as you're sort of looking in the direction that they're pointing. So yeah, we've got four of these things, and as you can see, well, you can't see actually because my HUD turned off, and you can't see my hands either. So let's just fix that. So as you can see, you can run up to these things and hit them, and normally an ender crystal would blow you about 20 blocks away at this point and blow up. But these are indestructible, and I'm going to show you exactly how it was that we got these back into the overworld from the dragon spawning sequence in the end. But before that, I thought we'd catch up on the progress around the old Pratt bunker, as I've named it. So this is where I'm currently building a big sort of alien investigation facility, because we believe there are some aliens somewhere lurking in the server, and this is the front security gates that I've built. It's got some little pop up and down barriers there that I'll go demonstrate for you now. Just hop through the window. Top security here, top security. So yeah, you flick that lever and the double piston extenders put it back down, and then flick the lever again and up they pop again. Yeah, it's great. So that's designed to stop like ram raids and stuff on the place, but not I think anyone's going to be trying to drive in here with any cars or anything. So yeah, and we've got fences with barbed wire, like razor wire up the top there, stop anyone climbing in. Not that anyone actually walks or climbs anywhere these days. It's all just elytra, elytra, elytra. And we've got a lovely security tower up the top there, like a watchtower, that's keeping an eye out for things. And yeah, then we go in through the giant doors on this massive hangar. And as you can see, I need to work on the lighting a little bit in here. There's chest monsters everywhere, but we're making progress. The elevators are done, and it won't be very long at all now before I can actually show you what exactly is down in the depths of this bunker, down these elevators. You'll have to wait for a live stream that's coming up very soon. Very soon. In fact, it could be next week. But in the meantime, we've got a little project going on the top of the prep bunker, and that is the giant radar dish that I'd like to construct here to potentially pick up alien transmissions and communications that might be being sent to any would-be extraterrestrials lurking out in our server. So yeah, we're gonna just build up this dome here and then sort of round it off a little bit and make it a bit more of a radar dish shape. It's mostly just a giant sphere that I'm gonna chop down a little bit. But we've got a little visitor come over to see what we're up to here. And obviously this is a top secret facility. This is absolutely top level security. So trespassers are not permitted in here. So I don't know what this person's thinking when they turned up here, expecting to just get out of here scot-free. So yeah, that's not going to fly, I'm afraid. You are on private property here. This is military installation. What do you think you're doing up my scaffold, Wondernup? This is secret. It's top secret. You aren't allowed to see this. The fact that you can see it from the shopping area is neither here nor there. You are not supposed to be in this facility, are you? What have you got for me? What's this? Dirt? Sponges? Oh yeah, I lent us some sponges. Thank you. Now, yeah, you've overstayed your welcome. Whoops. um, oops. I guess she didn't have feather falling 4 on her boots. Oh no, I'm gonna have to pick all this stuff up now, aren't I? Hang on a minute. Let's make a bit of room. Oh dear. Uh, yeah, yeah, that was a full inventory's worth of junk by the looks of it. Yeah, so oh dear, I'm gonna have to take this back to Wondernut's shop now and return it to her. Hopefully she's not too mad. I hope. I mean, I wouldn't be too mad, but yeah, you never know with some people. The fact that I've made the effort of bringing her stuff. Oh no, she's got bow arms as well. Sorry. Sorry. That's a thing that happens sometimes on Bedrock when you die. You get stuck with bow arms. And it takes a long time. Well, until you die, basically, you've got bow arms. So, yeah. Hopefully, yeah, she's not too mad. So, let's get back to the radar dish that I'm building up on top of the mountain here. And the sphere is more or less there. I've just got to chop down the front and make it so that it's more a sort of radar dish shape. And then we're going to add a little extra feature in the middle there, using one of those very special indestructible ender crystals. It's going to create a lovely beam shining out like a sort of like a transmission, almost like a wave of energy coming out of this thing. But to do that, we've got a little bit of work to do in the end dimension, and I'm gonna enlist the help of my good friend Moist Puffin to help me with this. It can be done on your own, but it's much easier with 2 of you doing it. So basically, what you want to do is work out which of the giant obsidian pillars in the end island is the one that starts the process of resummoning in the dragon when you put the ender crystals around the fountain there. Because we want to pick the first one because that's going to give us the most time to get one of these ender crystals off of that pillar when the dragon respawning process takes place. And what I'm doing, I'm using a guide by a guy called Lord Shadow. He's put out a guide for how to do this on Bedrock because it is a little bit different to the way that the Java boys and girls do these things. We have to do a few extra steps and make our flying machine slightly different, but the flying machine stage is more or less the same thing. But it's the actual getting it through the fountain, which is a little bit problematic on Bedrock, but you know there is a way. So, but basically it involves when the resummoning process begins, and the beams from the middle of the fountain go to each pillar individually before pointing up at the sky for the dragon. When it points to those pillars, it causes an explosion and an ender crystal pops into existence there on the bedrock up there, and then that ender crystal is indestructible during the dragon summoning process. So if we can get it away from the obsidian pillar during the spawning, like the summoning process, far enough away, and then stop the spawning process happening at all, then it will remain indestructible indefinitely, which is really, really handy, and that's what we want it for, because it creates this really, really cool beam, and you can't kill it, you can't break it. It's unbreakable. So I'm just putting together this flying machine here with Moist. It's a little bit complicated, but not too complicated. It's just, you know, it's one piston one side with a sticky slime block, and then a sticky piston the other side with a slime block pointing in opposite directions. And then I've also got to put a few obsidian blocks here either end to stop this thing launching when I place the observers, which, as you might have noticed from other videos, I do struggle with placing pistons and observers for some reason in this game. They're just so difficult to place, I find. I don't know why, but yeah, so basically when that ender crystal pops back into existence, there'll be an explosion on that pillar that will blow out about 13 blocks out in all directions, and that will destroy that redstone block back there, updating the signal down this redstone line. And the observer that I'm going to place just in front of that redstone line there is going to update and trigger this flying machine. So we need to put one above this slime block here, which is easier said than done, and then we need to put one at the back there looking into that redstone line here. So wish me luck, because it's not easy placing these things. Yeah, let's go for here. I'm gonna have to knock out this piston temporarily, because also for some reason, don't ask me why, the end crystal, when it's in this sort of regenerative state, when the dragon summoning process is going on, it has fire burning underneath the bedrock platform that it spawns on, and any other block in the game will get destroyed by it except a piston head which is extended. So this flying machine has got this piston at the front there that's going to just plow through it somehow. Don't ask me why, but that's how it works. So we've got one observer there, and we just need to place an observer in front of this redstone here, and then that is the flying machine pretty much ready to go. We just got to do a few last minute safety checks, and yeah, that's pointing into that nicely. So, oh, and the other thing is we need to go put some obsidian, say 20-25 blocks away from where this flying machine is going to send this ender crystal, because we need it to stop, otherwise it's just going to keep going across the void and we'll never see it again, which is not really what we're doing this for. So let's just go out a little bit and get some immovable blocks. Once we've gone out far enough, that should be far enough, to be honest. So we'll just place a few obsidian blocks, which is going to stop the fly machine in its tracks. It's level with that, the bedrock, yeah. So, and there's the fountain, it's like dead center on that. So we shouldn't have to move this around too much sideways afterwards. It's just moving it one direction and then down again. So let's see where we are at. Right, so I think we're all ready to go. We've just got to knock out this block of obsidian here that would stop the flying machine launching, and then we'll get my glamorous assistant, Moist Puffin, to take these end crystals and begin the process of spawning in the dragon, resummoning in the dragon. I'm sure a lot of you have done this before, where you place the end crystals around the fountain like so. And I just want to highlight, I'm an idiot, but you probably knew that anyway. But I've left my redstone shulker box down there next to the fountain, and yeah, so there's going to be an explosion there. Yeah, that has happened, and it's triggered the flying machine, which is making its way slowly over here, and it has now successfully hijacked that end crystal, and hopefully, with any luck, Moist is going to stop that dragon spawning process, because I really don't need to be fighting the dragon right now, and that is also going to stop there. So yes, it has. Excellent. So we've got ourselves an indestructible end crystal, and let's just get rid of the flying machine components here, and now that it's not on fire, we can move it with any block we like, but of course, yeah, it's kind of stuck in this piston block at the moment, so I'll have to move it out of that. So we'll get rid of this obsidian that's stopping it at the moment, and then we'll make just a manual piston pushing machine just to move it over the sort of 20 or so blocks, so it's above the fountain there. But yeah, the silly me, I left my redstone shulker box down there, and it's now been wiped out by the explosion from the fountain. Whoops! So yeah, that's a whole box of redstone stuff, like a stack of hoppers, repeaters, and redstone, and yeah, that's kind of upsetting. But yeah, should have thought that. The ender chest survived because it can withstand that sort of blast, but shulker boxes are very fragile, and yeah, I've learned that lesson the hard way now. So yeah, it's just now a case of we've got rid of that piston now out of there, so we can break that. And yeah, just got to place some blocks in front of that piston head. Yep, there. And then place a button on the side of the piston and just get pushing it, pushing it, pushing it until we've got it all the way over above the fountain there, like so. So yeah, we just literally just place a block in and push. So I thought we'd have a little bit of music while we're pushing. Hope you enjoy. So that song might have actually sounded a little bit vaguely familiar to some of you and paying attention, and that is because it's actually a remix of Sweden, which is from the Minecraft original soundtrack. It sounds awesome, that version. It's like a synthwave cover that I found, and I love it. I absolutely love that version. I'd love to hear some more synthwave covers of Minecraft music, to be honest. But anyway, back to the task at hand. We've got to now go through this extra hoop on Bedrock, which involves Bedrock. Oddly, for some reason on Java, the hitbox of this indestructible ender crystal is that much smaller, and you can just push it down, straight down into the fountain, and it will just pop through into the overworld. That's not the case on Bedrock, unfortunately. It's got that much more of a bigger hitbox that it will just push down and then collide with the bedrock underneath the fountain. So we've got to go through this little process of breaking the bedrock underneath the end fountain. So what we've got is one of the easiest ways of doing that in Minecraft Edition currently. I say currently because it is being patched out in the Nether update, is using snow layers. You can stack snow layers like this onto a button on a piston, and that will, when you've got enough of them built up, actually blow through the bedrock, unbelievably. I know I can't believe it either that snow could blast through bedrock on this game, but here we are, and you're about to see it for yourself as soon as I've put about half a stack of snow layers on this thing. So are we ready to see snow bust through bedrock? Yeah. So I've just got to put a button on the block next to that piston and push it, and boom, snow layers for days, and that has actually, as you can see, blown through the bedrock. So I'm just going to take back my piston because I haven't got many of them left now. What a div. So now we've got a hole going through the bottom of the fountain, so this thing can actually be pushed all the way through it now. Because what would happen is it would just push down so far, and then it wouldn't be able to go any further, and it just wouldn't actually go through to the overworld on this edition of the game. So, but unfortunately, yeah, like I say, that's going to go away in the Nether update, which is coming absolutely. It's so close now. It's just around the corner. So we thought we'd hijack a couple of these while we still can do it. I think it's ready. Moist is telling me it's there. It's just one push away. I think you can see it's just sort of the corner of it is poking out through it, so it looks like complete now with the bedrock. But one of those bedrock blocks in the corner there is actually the base of this end crystal. So one more block and it's gone. Boosh, like that. That's it, it's gone. It's in the overworld now. It'll have ended up at where the world spawn is set, and it's now just a case of moving it over with another flying machine. And yeah, let's get my pistons back because I don't have many of them now. So this is where it's going to end up now that we've moved it over. Yeah, like I say, it's just going to provide this really, really cool beam effect coming out of this radar dish. It looks awesome. It's just one of those little things. It was on my bucket list. I wanted to do, and I knew that time was running out to do it. So I thought, I'll do it now. Yeah. So thank you very much for your help with that, Moist. That was really appreciated. And yeah, it's just got this really cool beam that will point towards a 0-0 in our world, which is why I've built the radar pointing this way, because otherwise that just wouldn't look right, would it? Sticking out sideways. So yeah, it's sort of dead on. I tried to line this radar dish up with 0-0 as best I can, so that it would sort of look straight. But it's good enough for me. It's good enough. It might be a few blocks off, but no one's going to notice. So yeah, we thought we'd try and be a bit more ambitious with the next ones and actually go for 3 at once. See if we can set up 3 of these machines to all go off at the same time, and just like that. Because we've also got a little project that we'd like to do at 0-0 that would look really cool with 4 of these things all floating around, kind of like they do on Hermitcraft. But yeah, so we're respawning in the dragon once more, and these 3 here that I'm looking at are the ones that we're hijacking. So before the beams point into the sky too long to summon the dragon and it's too late to go back, we're gonna pop them just about now. And yeah, we've got our 3 end crystals that have been hijacked, and they are hopefully all indestructible. And yeah, we've got 3 for the price of 1. So that's just about going to wrap it up for this episode, ladies and gents. We've kind of run out of time there. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and we had a lot of fun hijacking these end crystals. But yeah, don't worry, we'll be back very soon with another episode from the Rocketcraft server, where we'll be getting up to more pre-Nether update shenanigans, things that we won't be able to do after the update. And we're all really pumped and hyped up for the update, which is coming just a few days away now. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, guys, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.